In this video, I'm going to talk about the new Keywords Everywhere integration I put into Keyword Atlas version 1030. So as with some of my other software, I've included another tool called Keywords Everywhere. So if you click this button up here, the new button I put on the main menu at the top, it'll bring up the Keywords Everywhere integration. So I want to mention that Keywords Everywhere is a paid service. So if you go to keywordseverywhere.com, let me just bring this into view here, if I can grab my browser. And so you can see a lot of people use Keywords Everywhere and they usually already have an account. Most of the users that already use Keyword Atlas, and they've asked me to integrate this. So once basically Keywords Everywhere is kind of like a plugin that lives in your web browser. As you search around the internet, it gives you keywords information and search volume data, stuff like that. But they also have an API key option here, which is basically just application programming interface. It's just a fancy way for a programmer like myself to be able to connect to your Keywords Everywhere account by using a secret password. So anyhow, what we want to do here first is set up the Keywords Everywhere tool. So if you have access to Keywords Everywhere, let me just quickly show you on their site for pricing here. They have some of the best pricing packages I've ever seen. It's like, I think I spent $100 for 1,000,000 credits one year, and I didn't even use all the credits. They actually expire after a year. So I just went down to, I think it was $50 or $10. I can't remember, maybe $10. And I got 100,000 credits for $10, and that's like 100,000 keywords. It actually lasts a long time. This is really good pricing. So anyhow, we go back to the tool here. So what we need to do is put in our API key here. And to do that, all we have to do is just click this Get API Key. And as I do this, I want to show you, it brings you to this page here. And so all you have to do is enter in your email address. So I'll do that. And click Agree. I like sign up for their monthly newsletter and email me my key. And so now I go check my email. And there it is. And they say, click here to get your API key. And here's my key. And I'm going to copy that. And come here and right click and paste. And now that the key is in there, as soon as you paste it, the software remembers it. So you don't have to keep putting it in there every time. So, and then down here, you'll see how many credits you have available for when you first use it. But let me just go ahead and explain what's going on here. So when you use this tool, you click the Get Data and you insert all your keywords here. And then you've got your country that you can select from, your currency, and also the data source. So there's Google Keyword Planner and Clickstream data, as well as, or just Google Keyword Planner. Now I found somewhere in their documentation, by default, this is selected for the keyword data that you get when you use their plugin. So I figured I'd just keep that default, but you do have the option to remove the Clickstream data, which I don't really recommend. I found this information here on one of their web pages. Basically, some search queries such as banned terms where Google Ads kind of eliminate those, and misspellings, this comes from the Clickstream data. So it kind of gives you additional data. As you can see from September 2020, a while ago, it talks about, it includes banned keywords, misspellings, groupings, and things like that. You get additional stuff, and that's why I think they keep it default, so I decided to keep it default as well in here. And of course, you have all the usual stuff down here, filters. You can send it to the new grouping tool that I talked about in another video. Let's go ahead and use this tool and see how it works. So let's go over here to the suggestions. I put in the keyword DIY, and I just did a search on Google. And of course, when you're using like a paid service like this, you don't want to be, getting search volume for every single keyword. For example, like DIY, it's going to be pretty difficult to rank for that in the search engines, or maybe, you don't really want to use that in your sort of your content for blog posts or social posts or whatever marketing you're doing. So I suggest what you want to do is go to word count quick filters here, and let's do greater than 2. So we can skip all those keywords that are going to be very difficult to rank for, sort of thing, and just stick with more long tail keywords. So now what you want to do is, there's a bunch of ways you could send these keywords over to the Keywords Everywhere tool. So I'll kind of go through them. The easiest here is you can click the search volume, and you'll see this new feature here, so we can send selected, all, or just open up the keywords to them. So selected, again, is when you select the checkboxes, so it's those ones that have been selected that will be sent. But I'm going to go ahead and send all of them, so you can do all here, or you can actually right click and you can send all to the Keywords Everywhere tool here. And so what that will do, I'm just going to close the keywords tool here. Okay, now I'm going to go right click, send all. It'll automatically bring up the Keywords Everywhere tool and also bring up the import box and throw the keywords in there for you. So all you have to do now is just click go, and you'll see that the credits will be deducted down here once they finish processing. It's just about done here. All right, so now we have all the data. So as always, I always recommend saving your data. So let's go ahead and save that. And now we have, this is kind of like a separate built-in tool with all sorts of stuff in here. So now I've added a few extra things that Keywords Everywhere doesn't provide. So this is pretty powerful. Let's kind of go through it. So first off, you can see the graph here, and it gives you the search volume over a monthly period. So if you click that, you will see another graph that comes up, and you can specifically see all the search volume for each month for the past 12 months, which is very handy. You can see how it's performing. And what's nice too, you can actually save this to an image file, or you can save the data, that raw data, to a text file or a CSV file if you want to use it somewhere else, some other program or whatever. So now we can do some sorting by word counts, the search volume, the CPC, competition. So you have all this extra data. And what's nice, you can also get the 1 month average, 3 months average, 6 month average, the total average search volume, and also the trend slopes, which is really cool. This is very, very powerful. So what you want to do is, if you click here and you sort the positive numbers, what that will mean is that overall, the last 12 months, generally, the actual slope is increasing. As you can see here, it's generally increasing over the whole 12-month period. So that's what this, basically the trend slope. So it's giving you an idea of which one is sloping up over the past year. Now the trending spike only looks at the last 3 months. So now if you do that, you'll see which ones have been spiking the last 3 months. So these ones here, you can see have just been spiking up. So that's what the spike is. So that's kind of nice. You can see like Valentine's Day cards and things like that, because Valentine's Day was recent, was just last month. So that's probably why it was spiking. Anyways, this gives you a whole bunch of additional data that you can kind of concentrate your marketing on. And since if you're already using the Keywords Everywhere tool, then you can easily use this tool and utilize your account and also get these additional metrics in here that you don't really get from Keywords Everywhere. So this is pretty awesome. Now you notice there's a little link here to go buy credits or go to their site. I actually don't get, like, I'm not associated with their company at all. Like, I don't get commissions, or they don't sponsor me or nothing like that. So this is just goes straight to their site. They don't even have an affiliate program. But anyhow, I just recommend using them because they're very inexpensive and the data is really good. And it comes directly from the Google Keyword Planner as well as this other clickstream data. So you get some good numbers in here, and it's been pretty reliable over the years. So that's why I put this tool inside the Keyword Atlas as well. So now you have access to additional search volume data within Keyword Atlas.